Welcome guys, my name is Nick and this is Nick's Fort, and today is To the Frickin' Point Friday. And today we're gonna get to the frickin' point about how I do my basic color correction in Premiere Pro for my video work. I have my clip that I want to color correct. I'm going to drop an adjustment layer down over top of this clip. I'm gonna flip over to the color tab and I'm going to just make sure that my color temperature is accurate using the method that I shared in last week's Friday episode, which if you guys haven't watched yet, you can go back and watch. I'll link it above, the way to nail your color in video, and watch that right now so you don't have to, I'm not gonna go through it again right now. Just go watch that and then come back and we'll get into the next thing. So as you can see, the color temperature is accurate and nailed it. So now we are going to get into the actual color correcting process. I'm not gonna dive into any of the tabs really outside of this first one, just because this is basic and I just wanna give you guys an opportunity to just do some super basic color correcting. We have our waveform open here, we have our image here, we are on our adjustment layer, so all the color correcting is going to happen on the adjustment layer. This is locked, it's not gonna happen on the actual clip. And the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go over here, we have our color right, and I'm going to slide this down and see, okay, so those highlights in the back there, I think they're pretty much gone, but not terrible when I bring the exposure down. So I'm gonna bring the exposure right there. And then what I'm gonna do is I wanna kind of fill in this area, and in this tab, I'm gonna do that with the shadows. I'm gonna bring that up a little bit. I'm gonna spread the contrast out a little bit here, and that's gonna bring this top part up and this bottom part down. So if I do it dramatically, see, it's gonna stretch out the information. So if I go all the way up right there, and we have about that much room here, a little more room on the bottom, so I'm gonna bring the blacks down a little bit. So if I bring it there, I'm crushing them and I'm losing them. I don't wanna do that. I wanna keep them off that line. So right about there. And then, let's see what happens when we slide these whites a little bit. If I slide them right there, that's looking pretty good. And for a basic color correction, I'll toggle this on and off. It's not huge. If you want to get a little bit more of a look out of it, we can push this a little bit more. The contrast here maybe. And then maybe we're gonna bring the whites down a little bit, push that a little bit, drop the blacks, right. Well, let's drop the blacks a little bit more and we'll bring up the shadows a smidge. Oh, not too much. Let's go right there, and then we'll bring these up a little bit, and now we'll toggle that on and off. So we're starting to get a little bit of a nice look here just in this panel, and that is a pretty basic way to color your image and take it from a flat profile to something that is a little bit more stylized and simple. So that is a way to take a image that you've shot in a flat profile and quickly, dial in your color and then do a basic color grade on the footage. You're not gonna get like crazy looks out of this. All the other tools below that are gonna help you do that. But my intention with this video was to get you started, to get your feet wet. If you're just starting color grading and you're just getting into this, then this is a great place to start and play around with and kind of like restrict yourself to that box in the beginning, learn what it does. And as you saw, as we went through that, it's about moving things and then moving something else. So you move your shadows up and then you can bring your blacks down more. You move your whites down and then you can bring your highlights up more. And as you move different pieces, the image will change and it's gonna look different. So there's not a single approach. You don't just blast the contrast and that moves it all around. The waveform monitor has all this data, and if you move the slice here up and the slice here down, it's gonna be different than moving the very bottom slice and the very top slice up and down. So the point is you need to play with it. to learn. If you guys dig this, drop a comment below. If you guys have any questions about color grading, drop some comments below. If you want to see more color grading videos, you know, more in-depth color grading videos, we can get into that and I can kind of dive into it further, which I probably will because it's become something of an obsession of mine. And if you give that thumbs up, a clickety-clackety, I would be super stoked. And if you aren't subscribed, please subscribe below, turn on the notifications, yeah. And as you can tell, I am amped for the weekend. Live for the weekend! I hope you guys have a good weekend, and I'll see you next time. Peace.